5 members of the Chicago Fire on this roster. McBride dispossessed. Here is Wancho. Bryce.
Good ball from Wancho. Tough for Bryce to take it with him.
Solis. Kobe Jones is brought down awkwardly by Wilmer Lopez.
Lopez going for the best mullet of the tournament.
Yeah!
Good holding player. Commits the foul there on Jones.
You're sinking to my level, Alan. There is Casey Keller. Gets that into the attacking end. McBride. Donovan lurking behind Martinez. He's out hustling. It's actually Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf with the short cross. Now Hayden.
Frankie's keeping things going on this near side. Bruce Arena looking on. Not too demonstrative a coach, Bruce Arena.
Moniz. Foul on Eddie Lewis. Gomez cuts it out, back in, looking for the cross. Staying home that time was Haydock. Wolf, McBride.
This time he gets the whistle. Battling with Wilmer Lopez.
Haydock. Gilberto Martinez spearing in there, but Landon Donovan up to the task. Thought there was a foul. Carlos Batres does not agree. Looking for a counter. Now it comes up to Gomez. Something working on the right side. Gomez with a lovely ball into Harold Wallace. Wallace's cross. There is Bryce. It's too tall. It's been going back and forth. Neither team with the advantage yet. Wancho. Mastroeni staying home. Gomez looking for the cross, didn't get in. Now it comes to Kobe Jones in the corner. Gomez, he's had his way early onto the far post, just again over the head of Stephen Bryce. Bryce keeps it cooking. Lopez. And Casey Keller finally puts an end to it.
Gomez has certainly improved his game since going to the Greek second division. He plays for OFI Crete. Slimmed down, got himself in better conditioning. A little bit faster. He's trying to push for a spot alongside Wancho in the front line.
And the other players battling for that position is Hernan Medford and William Sunsing. Whoever it is that wins that position is going to have to be effective, because in the World Cup, they are going to collapse on Wancho.
Yep.
So if that second guy can find some space, can make all the difference in their efforts.
And I said it before, throughout the Gold Cup, Costa Rica have a pretty favorable draw. Brazil, of course, the heavyweight in that group, but China and Turkey, two teams that are going to be maybe overwhelmed with the World Cup finals. And Costa Rica is certainly in that same position as well, so that'll certainly level the playing field.
Much more difficult than what the United States got, certainly.
Yep.
With the host country. And one of the, perhaps the dark horse favorite to win it in Portugal. And the Polish side that's going to be very tough because of the size they have in the back.
And we were talking about that kind of size against a smallish strike partnership. McBride, big, but he's going to be physically one of the smaller strikers in the World Cup. He's the biggest the U.S. got up front.
There he is, McBride. Everyone around him diminutive. Getting Wolf. And now the counterattack, leading the way is Wilmer Lopez. He leaves it off for Castro. Castro to Bryce. Will Bryce. Near side, look at the space for Wancho. Took a while for him to get going, though. Here's the cross in, no problem for Kobe Jones. Kobe Jones arguing. I've seen it already 2 or 3 times that the Costa Ricans getting in there very late. Maybe trying to get Kobe Jones. Try to get under his skin. He is fiery. Here's the shot by Gomez. Again, Keller, very good getting low. Costa Rica dominating things the last 10 minutes or so. Wolf. Marin. Luis Marin getting stuck in there.
Well, the thing that's helped Costa Rica get that momentum at their backs now. Inside a quarter hour to play in the first half, they've been feeding Wancho. There's a very steady influence on the ball in each attack. As long as they continue to play through them, they'll keep the ball moving. But in terms of clear-cut scoring opportunities, I haven't seen one yet.
Wancho off to Bryce. Comes out to Hayden. His ball can't get by Carlos Castro. Gomez, he's had a couple shots on goal already. Can't get around Mastroeni. Good challenge there by Mastroeni. A man, as we said, maybe on the outside looking in for a World Cup spot, especially with the returns of players like Eddie Pope, Ray G, who's over in France.
Carlos Jamosa,
another
Bruce Arena favorite. Defensively, you definitely want to have your 3 guys and that one guy, the 4th, who can slip in at any given moment and keep the back line playing at the same high level. Up front, it's okay to have a couple of different pieces you want to mix and match, especially early on in the group stages.
Here's McBride. Waits for help. Ball into Donovan. Now Armas. And Gomez and Armas in a shoving match. Advantage Gomez.
They both were stiff-arming one another.
Remember, Chris Armas with the yellow card has to use caution, which is a crippling turn for him. Eddie Lewis has had space on that left side. A poor ball, though. States up and at it again. Mastroeni. Laid up to Castro. And the mark by Armas is effective enough to win a throw-in, in fact. McBride. McBride, of course, the hat trick against El Salvador, which has pushed him to the top of the scoring charts here in the Gold Cup. 4 goals in total. Jones. McBride. And Marin did well to get over the taller McBride. Cleared up field. There is Wancho. Oh, look at this. Oh, Paulo Wancho would not be denied.
He can hold the ball all day under all kinds of pressure.
Harold Wallace. Solis, who has been nowhere in this match. On the counterattack now. McBride. Wolf and Donovan ahead of him. slots it in. Martinez doing the obstructing. It allows Lonis time to get the clearance in. Armas. Castro. It's a good ball for Gomez. Gomez spots something on the left side. It's Wilmer Lopez. Wanchope and Bryce up ahead. Lopez puts on the brakes. Back into Gomez. A good build-up for the Ticos. Gomez isolated, loses the ball. Back in the other way. USA. The ball lifted in for Josh Wolf. Wolf behind the defense. Josh Wolf has finished. 37th minute strike. Josh Wolf gets the goal, and the United States out in front.
The return of Josh Wolf, classic finishing. Already we've come to expect from Josh Wolf off the break. A good long ball in the space. He's got the speed, keeps his balance, holds off Luis Marin, rolls it into the back of the net. Great strength by Wolf. And a tiny finish, and the United States take the lead late in half number one.
Josh Wolf a whole lot stronger than he looks, but he stayed strong against Luis Marin. And that forward situation now for a good problem to have for Bruce Arena, but now Josh Wolf steps up here to get into the mix, especially with McBride off to that great start in the tournament, as well as Brandon Donovan we might see up front, more likely in the midfield. So far, so good, and the United States have a lead. And it looked like the Costa Ricans were getting the better of play. Haydock.
The United States should play to their strengths, which is speed up front. McBride is the guy that's going to hold the ball, physically try to mix it up in the air. Players like Wolf, Mathis, those guys have to use their pace. DeMarcus Beasley as well. Those are the guys who create danger.
The United States looking for more. Armas off to Bocanegra.
So the players, as they aren't one to combine with one another.
Off the counterattack.
Yep, great work.
Armas. Fulcrum in the middle there. And now Mastroeni to Agus. Agus, a center back, can play the left back position as well. And offside is Eddie Lewis.
Very close, but Eddie appeared to be one step ahead of the last defender when the ball was played.
Haydock back to his feet quickly, and he walks that avenue for Ronald Gomez.
Costa Rica have been shooting from long range all tournament long, but yet to squeeze off any shots from outside the area in this match.
Lopez's ball behind Bryce, and in the 40th minute, it's a throw in for Costa Rica with the United States leading 1-0. Here's a cross, Keller with a stretch.
A very confident United States defense as well right now. It's the one goal they conceded to South Korea. That has been it. They shut out Cuba, El Salvador. The Canadians getting through on penalties, and so far, almost 45 minutes of the Gold Cup 2002 final complete. It's another clean sheet.
Kobe Jones has won another corner kick. The United States, winners of this Gold Cup in 1991. Since then, they've been to almost every final with one exception, and have been beaten soundly by the Mexicans on a couple occasions. They're looking to change that. So far, so good. They have the advantage 1-0. Wolf, that one blocked by Marin that time. Wolf, though, lurking. Donovan. We haven't seen that much from Landon as we've seen in past matches, but still always a threat. Corner kick.
The thing you like about Landon Donovan, he lets the game come to him. Very comfortable in the flow of the play, getting it, giving it. And also he recognizes when he's got to take defenders on one-on-one and try to create that way. He can mix it up.
Eric Lonis picks that one out of the sky. Now he tries to get the Costa Rican counter working. But Agus is there first and fires it back in. Vegas, here's that last challenge. Bryce all over Lewis. Headed out by Castro. The United States in attack mode. Onside is McBride. Chips it into the 18. Looking for Wolf. There's Martinez. Juancho. Nice to get it wide for Bryce. Bocanegra has it mapped out well. Kobe Jones gets in there. Kobe Jones with the shove, but it works out just fine. Kobe Jones is in. Jones across. McBride shot blocked after that.
Great work by Kobe Jones. He danced his way into the area, getting past Martinez. Look at this cutback. Toe poked it across, hoping to find a white jersey. Costa Rica able to scramble it away.
Oh. What a great finish to this first half by the United States. They get their goal in minute 37 and have come close to getting maybe a couple more in these dying minutes. That goal obviously affecting Costa Rica. They have not been the same since. Lewis's throw for McBride, a bit over his head. It goes to Reynaldo Parks. Gomez. Vegas. Oh, it's lost. Stephen Bryce powering away. Ears pinned back. Defenders all over him. He still makes the connection with Gomez. Gomez, though's got a lot of work ahead of him.
Good composure by Costa Rica. Not the best of balls, but Bryce, good work. Kept his head. Gomez coming over, trying to keep the play alive, and he did that. Ensuing cross, though, leaving something to be desired. Again, you mentioned it earlier, the nail around the head, the midfield, in terms of creating opportunities for touches for the forwards. Very lacking. Now they have a goal to chase. I'm sure Coach Guillaume is going to have to make some changes.
Gomez again. Gomez looking more like a midfielder out there. Oh, let that one get away. Only a few seconds remain in this first half. And the United States have what they want. Wolf. It's a chance for Donovan here. Look at the pace. Donovan is in for 2-0. No. One minute of stoppage time, but what speed from the 19-year-old Landon Donovan.
And you almost expect him to finish his chance. The ball kind of underneath him. He had to wait for it to get out in front of his body so he could strike it.
Look out. Juancho. Not much time left. This may be the last sequence of this first half. Castro has to be quick. Lopez. Castro curls it in for Lopez. Time for the cross. No one up for Costa Rica, and there's going to be a foul as well. And Juancho throwing the ball. The defender who is down next to him.
We haven't seen the tempers flare up. This rivalry beginning to heat up and get just as intense as US-Mexico. Not quite there yet. Costa Ricans in the United States have battled through some tough matches the last few years.
That is it for half number one in this Gold Cup final. It's the United States, thanks to Josh Wolf, who lead Costa Rica 1-0. So far, so good for the USA. They have another half to finish things off. We'll see if they can do it or if the Costa Ricans have some answers. More from the Gold Cup after this.